r/ask Reddit. What is something unrealistic that you often see in movies, that annoys the hell out of you? The coffee cup is always empty, you can tell by how flimsy it is in the hand. Yes. That's why I'm so impressed when someone actually eats, or drinks on camera. Black Widow eating a peanut butter sandwich in Endgame? Take your Oscar. They just sip it straight up when it's handed to them. They'd win an Oscar if they blew into it first, to cool it down. Or Robert Downey Jr., not as Tony Stark, actually hiding blueberry snacks during scenes, and forcing the producers to record him while eating them. In Avengers, I heard that was because of his crazy filming schedule. He was constantly hungry on set, and hid those to actually snack on. He just decided to do it while filming, because he felt that would be something Stark would do. Same with Brad Pitt on the Ocean's films. He would work out for 3 or 4 hours before filming, and was really hungry, so the director just made eating a part of Brad's character. I've never understood why props doesn't just put water in the cups so the actors hold them correctly. You can hear the cups are empty when they set them on a surface. This never fails to annoy me. When the character is driving and looking at the person they're talking to without crashing, or even swerving. I always assume there will be a crash, and when it doesn't happen, it bothers me. You can't look away that much without crashing. I always get nervous when a scene takes place in a car. Because if nothing bad is going to happen, why does the scene take place in a car in the first place? Cars are visually interesting, and they show the character is on a journey, which we can connect to their character arc journey. It's a realistic place for a conversation to take place. How the ugly unpopular girl is always stupid hot. But she's got glasses, a ponytail, and paint on her overalls. Not Another Teen Movie is both everything great, and everything stupid as F for the American Pie teen genre. Hilarious satire. Chris Evans kills it in that movie. Good morning, class. Let's open our books to page 101. Something Hollywood poignant for 90 seconds. Bell rings, in college. Homework for next week is chapter 7. The bell ringing during obvious college classes is probably my number one thing. What colleges are these people going to? Greendale Community College. Greendale Community College gave a degree to a dog. Not a 2-year degree, mind you, but a 4-year degree. Yeah, but he showed up to all his classes, which is more than I can say for the average college student. He was a very good boy, if not something of a teacher's pet. Pills that work the second they hit the mouth. Alcohol kicks in the second they swallow. Recovering alcoholic. When I experienced withdrawals, I felt better the moment I took the first sip. In fact, there were many times I felt better the moment I put my hands on the drink. As someone who had seizures from withdrawals, so it wasn't all psychological, there's definitely a huge placebo effect going on, which I guess could extend to pills. How male scientists look like mad scientists and female scientists are all supermodels. Or the male scientists would be lanky, nerdy guys with oversized glasses, or tottering old guys who tremble while speaking. And yes, the female scientist is always a supermodel. Or she's a nerd, in which case she's still a supermodel, but wears glasses. Kinda like an intro for a porn movie. When two people walk 5 feet away from the group, and have a conversation at full volume, yet somehow no one in the group can seem to hear anymore. Can I just talk to you over here for a second? I think your girlfriend is effing Chad. No, I'm pretty sure she's Jessica. I've noticed in a lot of movies they will let someone into their house but don't shut the front door. Lol. Hey i-hole, I'm paying for that AC. And turn a light off when you're not in that room. Also, no one ever shuts a gate. I was raised in the country with animals. Shutting gates was drilled into me a whole lot deeper than table manners. Are these people insane? I've noticed that front door thing too. We had indoor cats. Do these people have invisible servants who run around shutting doors behind them? Car wrecks generally do not explode. They only explode for the faceless goons though. If the protagonist is in a serious car crash, they'll walk it off like it was nothing. This is why they explode. It's used as a way of showing the crash was lethal. A realistic crash leaves people wondering whether the person survived. Every time a group of people is looking at a map or diagram or graph, the leader or scientist or genius says, "Here, here and here 3 times. Always." Who does that? An obsessive-compulsive scientist? Cool, cool, cool. My Marine friend once said, "I don't like war movies because they are either so inaccurate I get angry, or so accurate I get angry. But Tropic Thunder always gets a pass." Everyone in San Francisco lives in a giant Victorian house. I'm a print journalist and my husband is a sculptor. That's how you know we're interesting. Also, we live in this house and that's totally realistic. Also, it has a yard. Craig and Stacy are looking for a 2-story A-frame, that's near Craig's job in the downtown, but also satisfies Stacy's need to be near the beach, which is nowhere near Craig's job. With 3 children and 9 on the way, and a max budget of $7, let's see what Lori Jo can do. On this episode of You Don't Deserve a Beach House, I keep waiting for a spin-off series that has normal people trying to find a house with a reasonable budget. John is a mechanic and Susie is a school teacher. Together they have a debt of $80,000. John wants someplace with an unfinished basement to hide, sit in the cold dark after a commute of less than 30 minutes each way and a dishwashing machine. Susie wants a master bedroom that has a built-in closet, and off-street parking. Running from someone shooting an automatic gun and avoiding every shot. That's because of our protagonist's special ability. Been watching the Indiana Jones movies while social distancing. It's amazing how every last Nazi is such a terrible shot. Bullets observe the conservation of accuracy principle. If you shoot a single bullet in a movie it will hit its target 99% of the time. But if you shoot 100 bullets they each drop to less than 1% of hitting the target. Works with ninjas too. 1 ninja is very dangerous. 30 ninjas is about the same level of threat in total. Massive breakfast made, and family or family member rushes out with a piece of toast. Or when they are at a bar or restaurant and leave without drinking anything from their full glass. That shoot is expensive. I've worked in bars, you would be surprised how many basically full drinks get left behind. It's crazy to think that in some parts of the world people are wasting alcohol. Meanwhile, there are people in Utah who don't have any alcohol. Firing a weapon and continuing with your conversation. I love Archer for the continual tinnitus jokes throughout the series. Don't forget the concussion jokes. Because those are like super bad for you. When people with jobs like cops and teachers have super nice houses or apartments. True. Can't tell you how many times I've noticed such unrealistic homes of characters in shows and movies. Damn, do I love me some good set design though. Sitcoms have entered the chat. We are a group of quirky friends. One is a student, one is an intern, the rest are in odd jobs crafted around comedic effect. We can afford to rent this downtown Manhattan apartment which should realistically cost $5,000 per month. To be frank, it is mentioned many times that the apartment is still in Monica's grandma's name and, as such, is rent controlled. So, they did explain this issue. People being alcoholics and yet having a perfect body. True, except Thor. He at least got fat. And that was such a relief to see. I recently saw Peaky Blinders and throughout the show I have been wondering how the F these guys have such chiseled body when all they drink is just whiskey. It's because they either eat 2 packs of cigarettes or an 8-ball of Coke for every meal. Potatoes in medieval movies. They aren't native to Europe. They're originally from South America, so if there's a potato in your movie set in medieval Europe that's not historically accurate. Of all things, the history of potatoes is very fascinating and funny. Cries in Irish. Drags face across the keyboard for a minute as 300 command windows pop up all over the screen. I'm actually think of a realistic scene of an hacker. Protagonist, can you hack into the building's security system? Hacker, just leave it to me. 5 hours later. Everyone is sleeping, The very tired hacker typing slowly while drinking the 40th cup of coffee. Guys, I'm in. Girls looking perfect, they wake up with makeup on and their hair styled. Even if they're in the hospital. They spend weeks or months in captivity but don't grow leg or armpit hair. They go through a jungle with a group of guys and the men will look like shoot, while the girl will get a smudge of dirt on one cheekbone. Takes me right out of the experience, every time. 12 years after the apocalypse. Society has collapsed, people are fighting for scraps, the rule of law is forgotten, electricity and running water are things of the past. The men all have shaggy, but still slightly groomed, beards and long, unkempt hair. Meanwhile, the women have taken time between fleeing zombies, enemy hordes etc. to shave their legs and armpits, style their hair, and put on makeup. Like and subscribe. For more r/ask Reddit videos.